Excuse me, random question. What's one thing you know now you wish you learned in school, unless you're already in school?
I want to know how to do taxes.
Taxes? What about you?
Taxes would be really helpful. I don't know, just how to like invest in things, man. How money.
Okay.
How to get a job, how to do job interviews, how to focus on career, not like technical stuff.
Makes sense. Awesome. Appreciate it.
How to do taxes.
Taxes? All right. Cool. Thanks. What's one thing you know now you wish you learned in school?
Oh man, if I said the truth, my wife would divorce me.
Thanks. It's actually a funny story. I used to work here, first job out of college. I worked on the 14th story of this building. And if you look around, there's so much construction going on. There was literally nothing here. It was literally a crappy Chinese food place and like a really, really old dive bar. And that was it. This was all parking lots. So it's pretty amazing how things change over a decade or so. But walking by here kind of gets me thinking about things that I learned in my first job out of school, things that I'm continuing to learn versus what they're actually teaching you in school. Is there something wrong with the current education system? Do we need to learn more about basic life principles in school to help prepare for real life? It's just things that I've been thinking about a lot lately and something that I think we should have a discussion about. So as I was saying, I just feel that as you progress in your real life, once you graduate either high school or college or figure out whatever path you want to take in life, there's just basic life principles that you should learn before you go out into the real world that they're really not teaching in school. I just don't understand why they're teaching all of this theory and all of this deep stuff in high school and college when most of it, if not all of it, is never used in the real world. Certain things, basic things like how to rent an apartment, what that process entails, what the leasing process looks like, how to balance a checkbook, how to open up bank accounts, savings accounts, checking accounts, the different types of accounts that you can open. All of this stuff isn't taught in school. Other things like what to actually invest in once you start a job, 401k, IRA, Roth IRA, 529 plans for your children's education. There's all of these investing products that they don't teach you in school that you know nothing about. So when you graduate, you get thrust into the real world and you're making decent money and you have these options available to you, but you know nothing about them. And it takes a long time for you to figure that out. Whereas if they taught these things ahead of time, I feel like everyone could have a leg up or could be that much further ahead in their investing future or investing in themselves and growing their wealth. Other basic things, just like creating a resume or interviewing skills or negotiating salaries, negotiating raises, navigating corporate America. I mean, there's so many aspects of basic life principles that I feel could be taught in school at a much younger age than is taught now. I'd love to dive into some of these deeper, and so I want to kind of lay out a list of what things I think are important, and then you can tell me in the comments below what you think we should dive into in future episodes. So some other things that I was thinking about randomly are just buying a car, what the car buying process is like, how to negotiate or what the process is to just purchase a vehicle, what the process is to purchase a house, all the things that go into buying a home, trying to get pre-approved for a loan, starting a business. Those are things that are so important. When you start a business, creating operating agreements, creating an LLC or limited liability corporation, negotiating a commercial lease if you need office space or you need a place to work out of. There's so many different things that can be taught, I feel, and I'm just repeating myself again, but in high school, in college, there should be it's almost like life 101, right? These things that are just not taught in school. So what of those topics would you like to learn more about? Are there things that you know of that you'd like to learn more about? Let us know in the comments below. I'd like to also talk about some resources that are important where you can go, because there's so many resources out there now. Back when I was in school, YouTube barely existed. The internet was just kind of becoming big, so you had Facebook and stuff, but there's so many resources out there now that you can go to learn more about different aspects of finance and the home buying process or investing. And I'd like to talk a little bit about what those resources are, but it's a little windy where I am, so let's go somewhere else and we can jump into those topics. So what are some resources that you can go to learn more about these types of topics? For real estate related topics, I recommend going to BiggerPockets. BiggerPockets.com has a really great online community. They have a really big YouTube presence as well, where you can get a lot of good real estate investing advice. Graham Stephan is a really good resource for financing topics. So head on over to his YouTube channel. He puts out a ton of good videos, a ton of great topics. Finance 101 talks about crypto a lot, talks about just general investing advice, stock market, etc. The Ramsey Show is another good resource on YouTube. He does basic investing principles as well, but he also does things like interviewing skills, how to negotiate for salaries and things like that. Those are 3 good resources to start with, I would say. Obviously, if you're interested in learning more, follow us, like, subscribe, comment below. Definitely let us know what topics you'd like us to cover, what of those topics I talked about earlier you'd like us to take a deeper dive on, and we're happy to do that. We love talking about this type of stuff, so really passionate about it. Hit us up in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video. I have a random question. No? Okay. Excuse me? Okay.